Hi guys, Alex here. Welcome back to an Alex is Shook reaction. And I am super excited because for today's video, we are actually taking a look at a brand new video from ALR Now. This one certainly piqued my interest when I got that notification. She has entitled this delight addressing everything. So I do have to wonder if she is going to address what came to light yesterday and the day before regarding Tommy and now her trail of victims that have been left in her wake. Now that we have established this pattern, things have gotten really real when it comes to Emily. I'm going to start calling her Emily. It might take me a while to get used to it, but this really is no joke anymore. So we're going to take a look at this video. It depends on when she filmed it. I haven't seen it. I want to keep my reaction raw and real. So we will figure out together whether she addresses this situation with Tommy, but she does get emotional in the thumbnail. So that kind of tells me, okay, things are going to go there, but you just never know with ALR. This could just be another clickbait situation type deal. What do I know? We're going to take a look and watch it anyway. So let's just get right into it. I mean, shall we? All right, here we go, guys. I don't know about this one. It could just be her Instagram sitch type deal.
Hello, welcome to a new video. So in this video, we're gonna do like assumptions about me.
Okay, so she did post something on Instagram where she was like, post your assumptions about me, and then I'm going to turn it into a video. So she is kind of like fishing for ideas, which is odd from someone who is known to vlog their life. That is what people have come to expect from Amberlynn. And dare I say, that is what people want from Amberlynn, her to show her life, vlog her life. But since she has been with Emily and staying at her house, you can just tell by this background and the wood paneling and the two-toned wall, she is still at Emily's, right? So what is going on with this woman, this whole situation coming to light with the whistleblower? It definitely put things more into perspective for me, and it became more of a dangerous situation because it's like, this is real. There's more than one people. This is like premeditated on Emily's behalf to go ahead and get these women for that purpose. And she has shown, this is the most dangerous aspect, that she is willing to put her partner's health in jeopardy for her blank gratification. And she doesn't care. Like, she's willing to do that. And that is scary, and that is gross. It's bad. She's not a good person. She's not a good person to know.
I have done a video like this before.
Amber does seem a little bit too chipper to be getting into that territory, but we'll see, I guess.
Quite a few. This was a popular thing that like YouTubers did years ago, but like
I thought she would pop up with an 8-minute crying video saying that we don't understand and we're just believing this person, that they're probably lying, and Tommy is the softest, most gentle love. We just don't know, even though the proof is out there.
But like sometimes I like to bring back the old stuff, you know what I'm saying? So that's what this video is. I went onto Instagram and I was like, y'all, send me assumptions. Like, what do you assume about me?
Bring back the old stuff. That's what her channel is. It's like old school YouTube. Let me do the video people were doing in 2019.
I need to know, so let me either clarify, deny, or admit. So let's get into it. You currently have cellulitis and that is why you are not filming. No, that is not true. I haven't had cellulitis for months, thankfully. I told you guys.
Months, girl. I mean, that really just says it all, doesn't it? It's definitely not something that would be unexpected. We know now that Candy from the Hungry Fat Chick channel gets cellulitis like once a month at this point.
You guys, that I originally stopped filming because I just wanted a break. I wanted to spend time with Tommy. Plus this time of year, I always get in this weird like depressive state, and I do come out of it. So that's like the thing where it's like I was holding on to that. I was like, I'm gonna come out of it.
She does seem to be in better spirits. There was a comment that has been going around the community from Jordy's live stream. Somebody said that they knew Tommy, they worked with Tommy as well. And there wasn't really much like tea involved, but they said that she wasn't very well liked in the place of employment, and she would pick up a lot of overtime so that she could go away for like days at a time to see her ex, the ex that tragically passed away. So I do wonder if she's still doing that. Like, is she doing overtime now, and Amber's at home alone for extended periods of time? She's doing like these 12-hour shifts every day. What is Amber doing at that time? That was my thought when I saw that comment. Like, what's Amber doing all day? Because she used to like time her ex-girlfriends when they went out to see their family, like, because they had to come back and pay attention to her needs.
I want to enjoy my time with Tommy. I also just like don't want to film. There's just been like a lot that's been going on within like my life and within YouTube. And I'm like, I just don't want to film. I'm so happy in my
I think it's all kind of BS. Oh, she's so happy, right?
relationship. I realized how like so much of YouTube, like
Let's get down to the nitty gritty. It's so hard to believe that this is all sunshine and fairy tales, because not just what we know about Tommy, but what we know about previous relationships, how it was completely different behind the scenes versus what it was. Let me bring this a little closer because I feel like I'm not loud enough. Versus what it was behind the scenes was like not good. They were fighting, right? But it was sunshine and rainbows online. Yeah, girl, I'm not buying it. Not buying it for a second here, sweetheart.
like literally made me unhappy. So coming from like the high and the happiness and just like, wow, just like feeling light and free in my normal everyday life. And then all of a sudden, like every time I go on YouTube, there's just new rumors and there's this and there's that happening and I'm harassed and it's just a lot. Normally when something or someone
She had no real good answer to what people were saying in regards to Tommy. I mean, there really was nothing to say because, yeah, it did happen. I feel like, yeah, when she's caught in something and she doesn't have an explanation for it, she will just dip. She's not one to come on and try to spin an apology or whatever, because she never sees herself as wrong. So she will just dip and wait for it to quiet down. The internet moves on really fast. But when it comes to this Tommy situation, we haven't moved on. Or Emily's situation. See, I know it's going to take me some time, but because new things keep coming up, you know, and this is her girlfriend. It's a topic of discussion just surrounding Amber Lynn. So it's not going to go away.
someone is in your life and it doesn't give you anything good in your life, it makes you unhappy. Usually you get rid of that. And I'm not going to lie.
Tommy told her that. I can guarantee you guys that Tommy, I used it, Emily is the reason for her not posting on YouTube. She put that bug in the ear. Emily took her away from us. She's trying to isolate her away from the world. She put that woman in the basement. Sound familiar? She's trying to isolate Amber from the world, her family, YouTube, and it's just part of her method of control. Like, babe, she's a nurse. I'm sure she makes decent money, especially she's always doing overtime. So she has a home. I don't know if she owns the house or whatever, but it does seem like Tommy's got it together financially, right? And she probably tells Amber, like, you don't have to do it. I'll take care of you, babe, because she wants to keep her offline. Tommy is taking her away from us. From us. I mean, that sounds a little weird, but Emily is keeping her from YouTube, period. Point blank. And it's all part of the manipulation circus that she's got going on.
It's like YouTube has not been making me happy. Like, we could talk more about that because one of the assumptions is YouTube
Tommy put the bug in the ear.
related. And so I don't want to like get into like full detail right now, but
Emily does not want her to post on YouTube, period, point blank, because that puts her plans out there, and the type of person that she is, that puts it all out there, right? And just, I know most of you guys know this, but Tommy is Emily is Tommy. It's both the same person. Most people know that, but for the few that might not, Tommy is Emily is Tommy. They're all one.
But it's just like the subject of YouTube is really heavy for me lately and it doesn't make me feel good. So it was easier for me to just be like, this doesn't suit me right now. This
Girl, your everyday life should be heavy. I mean, you should be trying to get out of there, girl. That's just Tommy putting the bug in the ear.
isn't suiting my happiness that I'm currently experiencing. So I don't want it in my life anymore. So it's very easy for me to be like, all right, I'm gonna take a break and take a step back. Next assumption is Tommy is only allowing you to film in that one spot in her house.
And it just has to do with this relationship. Like, that's why she's not posting, because she doesn't want to see what people are saying about her relationship. The truth, people are finding out the truth. And I feel like deep down, she might know that there is some validity to this. Like, look at the patterns here. I would be scared. I would be leaving. Like, that's crazy. But Amber doesn't want to see it, so she won't see it because this was her last person. You know, it wasn't going to work out with Alexis. Didn't work out with Wifey. Wasn't going to work with Alexis. Erica was a troll. So it just left her with Tommy, and she would rather be in this mess than alone.
House, which is right here, as you guys can see. No,
Yep.
She gave me the freedom to film literally anywhere, but I've chosen to do it here. This is actually the dining room.
That's the only corner of the house that she's able to film in. I believe it.
Perfect because my tripod sits on the table. I have a chair to sit on. In my opinion, it's really good lighting.
It also works well for her. Like, at this point, what's going on with my lighting? At this point, I think that Amberlynn would quit YouTube if she could. If she was able to make money or get taken care of by Tommy, Emily, then she would. So that's what this is. Like, she is able to leave YouTube and Emily will take care of it. Emily will take care of her. You know, she does still have her bills back in Oklahoma, or does she? I don't even know at this point. But yeah, I believe 100% she would quit YouTube if that was a possibility, because she doesn't even like it. She's just doing it for the money. It's her job that she doesn't even really like, but there's nothing else that she can do and maintain her current lifestyle. Nothing that she is capable of doing would maintain her current lifestyle and all the frivolous spending that we've seen.
Since I haven't been vlogging, I have not found a reason to film anywhere else in the house, but she said I could film anywhere. Next assumption is you tend to assume that most people are against you. I have my moments where I'm like, everyone loves me, I'm great. And then I have my moments where I'm like, everyone is against me and I'm fully hated. But there is a gray area. I do know that there are a large amount of people who do support me and like me and love me. Just
at this point, it seems like a lot of people are worried, thinking that she needs to get out of there, girl.
Like as a person or as a YouTuber, whatever it may be. And then I do know that there is a portion of people who really, really strongly dislike me. So I'm able to see the gray area, but sometimes it's hard for me to find. Next assumption.
I mean, that has to tell you something, that they don't actually hate you, you know, if they are worried for your safety in this situation. Granted, there are people that are just like, this is her just desserts. I mean, no pun intended, but like, this is her karma. This is her desserts, whatever you want to say. She's met her match, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? So.
Assumption, you blame everyone else for your obesity. No, like I am fully aware that
it's the BS merry-go-round and the delusion that makes people frustrated with her. But I do think there are people that would, you know, maybe ironically at first support her. Yes, queen, lose that weight. Aren't you the 2 chips instead of an apple, girl? Yes.
That my size is ultimately my fault. And yes, there are things that caused me to be this size, but it's like my fault that I haven't gotten those things fixed. Like that's in my hands. Like, yes, being fat isn't like, oh my God, I chose to be this way. No, I did choose or unchoose or not choose to actually get help for the reasons why I'm fat, if that makes sense. It's no one else's fault. Something that my mom actually, for majority of my life, she struggled with was blaming herself for my weight. And I'm fully also aware of the fact of why she does that, like why she blames herself, because I had a really bad childhood and I turned to food as comfort. My mom blames herself and I'm just constantly like, Mom, this is not your fault. It's okay.
What do you guys think about that? I mean, we've never heard that from her mom. That's real talk right there. I could see why she does that, why she does blame herself, because a lot of this, like when it comes to addiction, it comes down to some sort of childhood trauma. You ever watch 600-Pound Life? It's almost the same story every single time. Something happened when they were young and they picked up the food and it just never stopped and spiraled out of control. And that was their thing, rather than it could have been something else, but it was food. And I could see why her mom thinks that way. I'm not going to weigh in like, oh yeah, she was or she wasn't, but I can see why she thinks about it for sure.
So I have to like kind of talk her down from that thought. But yeah, what I choose to eat is what I choose to eat. What I choose not to eat is what I choose not to eat. My weight will never be anyone else's fault but my own. Next assumption is you're engaged. No, I'm not. Next, you subconsciously are attracted to men. No.
Okay, don't just throw that out there so fast. So she is not engaged to Emily. I mean, that would be crazy, girl. That's when you know Tommy's really got her and she's never coming back from the brink. I'm surprised at this point that we haven't had a like Amber running home crying, it's over, it's all your guys' fault. She'll never admit that she's like wrong. There could be a girlfriend after her and the same thing happens that happened with her ex and she would still blame the audience and still say that they were wrong about Tommy. Like, she just can't see it, girl. How can you not see this? I just want to know her like initial reaction to that woman. She probably just wants to write it off as complete lies and they don't know Tommy like she does. But yeah, right now she's talking about her lack of attraction to men.
No, I am not attracted to men, but there are guys where you can look at them and just know like, oh, that's an attractive guy. In the same way of like a gay man can look at a girl and be like, oh, that's an attractive girl. Or like a straight female can look at another straight female and be like, oh, that's an attractive female. Like, there's a spectrum. Like, there is a difference between being attracted to someone, but knowing that someone is attractive. Even as a lesbian, I can look at another woman and be like, oh, she's really pretty, but that doesn't mean that I'm attracted to her. I'm fully lesbian, so that's that. You weighed over 600 pounds at one point and don't
doesn't mean I'm attracted to her like another lesbian. Why not, girl?
Want to admit it. I have never seen 600 pounds on the scale. You guys know. We can all say it together.
Oh, the 600-pound rumor. That's been going on for years, huh? But she has already admitted that there was that one point before she weighed in at 572 that she had not weighed herself for months. And she herself, I believe, I wish I could bring up the clip, but I remember it. She said, I could have been 600. I could have. And now she wants to roll that back. Like, stop rewriting history.
My highest weight was
600.
572.4. And that's like my lowest highest weight that I like physically saw myself. But I'm telling you, I go back and look at older videos and I looked so much bigger than I do now. Like, I'm fully aware that I am really, really large and in charge, but that was weird. I'm fully aware that I am very big, but like I used to be bigger and that's obvious. And I look back at that and I'm like, whoa, like I had to have been bigger. It just, I don't know. It's not making sense.
Okay, so she's still kind of in that mindset. I could have been 600. Okay, we kind of jumped the gun there. Sorry, guys.
Always been honest about my weight. So if I was ever bigger than 572.4 and I knew it, you guys would know too. Next assumption is your body hurts all of the time. Honestly, no. And I think it's just because like I'm used to the uncomfortability, if that's a word, of my size because it's like my normal baseline. But I will say because Tommy has
watch, she's like a bodybuilder under all that.
Lots of stairs in her home and I be using them daily. I am up and down them stairs easily at least 15 times a day because it's like she has multiple floors.
Didn't Amber specifically get like first floor apartments just because she didn't want to deal with that?
Everything is on a different floor. So my knees, I'm not gonna lie, have been hurting so bad. And it's just because it's like my body is not used to stairs.
How many floors does she have? Like, is it one of those homes like it's a townhome and you walk in, it's just stairs? The garage is on the bottom floor?
I have not had to use stairs like that.
Maybe, I don't know.
Daily, multiple times a day. I don't think ever in my life. When I lived in Virginia, I had to, but that was like 8 years ago and I was a lot smaller then, a lot younger then, a lot more stamina was there. My knee.
Oh yeah, remember when she was living with Destiny's mom, the stairs were an issue. Remember her like crouching in the in the stair area. I remember that she could barely get down those stairs and there was like no railing. So she had like a specific method. She showed it off for the camera. That was around the like pizza mukbang era where she ate like those 2 slices of pizza, 3 slices, even though she like hated pizza and wasn't hungry.
My knee muscles, they be hurting. I'm not gonna lie. Like
me muscles.
Some days I'm
Mommy
like,
muscles.
oh my God, it hurts to just stand. But I think I just have to build on those muscles and that's okay. That's mainly the pain that I've been feeling. But I think there is like an uncomfortability that I have to my body that I am just used to that I can tell goes away when I lose large chunks of weight. Large chunks of weight. Does that make sense?
I am surprised that she's not in more pain. I mean, of course she could be lying just to make it appear like she's perfectly fine. But it almost feels like a justification for her to gain more. Like, I'm not so bad. I could gain more and, you know, I could gain more.
That makes sense. I can tell there's a certain uncomfortability that does go away when I lose a large chunk of weight because I feel it. And then when I feel it, I'm like, whoa, I didn't even realize like that was an issue or that was a problem or that was uncomfortable at the time because you get so used to it. It's like a baseline type of thing. You're a pillow princess. I actually am definitely a switch. I love to give just as much as I love to receive. But if I had to choose, if someone literally was like, you have to choose for the rest of your life, I would be a giver. So no, not a pillow princess. You think you look smaller than you
Oh, that was not the vibe I was getting. Like, I thought that was, if you guys watched yesterday's video, that's why we said it wouldn't work out with Alexis. They're like both bottoms, both pillow princesses, if you will. But I guess Amber's not. I don't know. I don't know. It's a bit different when it comes to two women because there's no like clear, defined, like stick and hole in the ground. That's not clearly defined. Okay, we get it, Shook. We're all adults here.
Than you actually are. Yes, sometimes. I think.
Well, I don't even know what the question was.
So no, not a pillow princess. You think you look smaller than you actually are. Yes, sometimes. I think I really do struggle with body image problems, obviously, like body dysmorphia. I don't realize how big I am until like I see a certain angle of like a photo taken of me or a video taken of me and I see it and I'm like, whoa, like, because I don't realize it like at all. Like I'm sitting here and I only see like parts of my body. I never really see myself in certain sort of like everyday angles unless someone's like taking a picture or a video or something. And I don't mind that, but it doesn't take away the fact that I literally am like jaw to the floor when I see how big I am.
Like a full-length mirror or something. Why not just get a full-length mirror so that you're not so jaw to the floor whenever you see your reflection in the department store, girl? I do feel like, though, when you look down, you look skinnier. You know what I mean? I always thought, oh, like, I look small and, like, skinny when I look down. But then, like, I'll look in a mirror and I'm like, you're big, girl. You're a big girl.
I definitely have some sort of like body dysmorphia when it comes to that. And I've been very open about that over the years because I've always struggled with like truly not realizing how big I am. And it's frustrating.
I feel like I've had that too. Like part of me still felt small even when I was like 200 pounds. But part of me also felt like, I don't want to use like gross or disgusted. Like I just didn't feel comfortable with the size.
Frustrating because it's like if I processed like in my brain how big I was, I think maybe it would be easier for me to like stick to a diet and actually stick to a weight loss plan. But body dysmorphia is one of those things where it's like your brain absolutely plays tricks on you. And I also think a big thing is like I've been big my whole life.
That's all she knows. That has been said before. Like, this is all she knows. It's almost like comfortable for her to stay the way that she is. Like, that is just what she knows. And she's comfortable at this weight. If she were to get any bigger or even any smaller, like, she wouldn't be as comfortable. She wants to be like 500, period.
Always been big. 11, I was 290. I reached 420 at the age of 16. Like, I've always been massive. So it's like what I'm used to. It's
420 at 16.
I've always looked in the mirror and seen my body. Like, I don't.
And then she did lose weight in like the Crystal era.
Like what I see by no means, but I'm used to it. So
didn't she start her channel at like 3 something?
But maybe it's like I'm almost like blind to it in a way.
Yeah, because people always say like she started out saying that she was here to lose weight and then she put on 200 pounds, which would be 300 to 500 or 350 to 550 at whatever era you want to look at, You're
having problems with your mom. No, not at all. Again, it's just like the rumors are crazy. A lot of people think me and my mom aren't speaking. My mom's mad at me. No, nothing like that. Like me and my mom talk all the time. I do miss my mom and I know she misses me. We make sure to tell each other all the time, but like there is nothing going on.
Are you going to go back and see her? Like what is going on? How come she has been so mum when it comes to her stay in Wisconsin? I saw someone post a Q&A, Instagram Q&A screenshot from like years ago where people asked her, what state would you never move to? And she answered like 3 of them. One of them was Wisconsin, which is so random that she ended up in Wisconsin, even though she said like, they just don't interest me. Like, girl, the states that she has moved to, she's moved to them for a partner, not ever because there was something interesting there. The only different one would be, the only outlier would be Oklahoma because her family, but still for people, not for whether or not she's interested in the area.
Going on with me and my mom. Like those rumors, completely false. Next assumption is you feel like you can't win with the haters. Yes.
Her and her mom are completely fine, guys. You would think if her and her mom are completely fine, she would be begging her to come home so that something doesn't happen to her. Like, how can people see what's going on and not be concerned if that is your loved one? Like, she's just somebody I watch on YouTube and I'm concerned in a way. Like, I'm not going to drive over there and pick her up, but I mean, I have a Scion. It's pretty small. But regardless,
their mind is made up and there's no changing it. Even with proof, sometimes even with receipts, there is no changing the mind of a hater. You're one of the many women who had BPD misdiagnosed as bipolar. Yeah.
What receipts? What proof?
Yes. Next assumption is you lack discipline. I do. Next assumption.
And what rumor? You know, it really just depends.
Is you bailed your urologist appointment. No, I did not. When I did have that appointment and when all of that kidney stuff was happening.
I mean, when it comes to like the 600-pound rumor, she herself has admitted, yeah, I might have been.
Since it's a unobstructing or non-obstructing kidney stone, means it's not traveling. It's like in my kidney and it's chilling. So they said that if I stopped having symptoms completely for weeks, then there was no reason to go to a urologist because there was nothing they could really do about it, because a lot of people have non-obstructing kidney stones and they don't even know it. And I haven't had symptoms in easily 2 months plus.
It's just chilling.
Never be able to go to a Billie Eilish concert because of your size.
Kidney stones. Yeah, that's what I had, right? I thought you just like peed it out after a couple of days. I mean, that's what happened to me. Billie Eilish.
Not a thing. You've had a threesome before.
What about Billie Eilish?
You'll never be able to go to a Billie Eilish concert because of your size. Not a thing. You've had a threesome before.
I mean, they have seats, don't they? Yeah, of course they do. Depends on what concerts. Some concerts don't have seats. And if you're in the pit, yeah, there's no seats. But a lot of the time, you go and you buy a seat. So, yeah, it would be a struggle for her to get into that stadium, standing in that long line and just waiting to get in and going through the metal detector. Like, she might have to shimmy through, but I think she could make it, possibly.
Before. I haven't, no. I mean, one time when I was 15, this guy and his cousin, there was some things, but I was 15, so we'll just like move on from that, but we're gonna erase that from my memory. But since then, no. I assume people...
Was that her doing stuff with guys?
This guy and his cousin, before. I had a Billie Eilish concert because of your size. Not a thing. You've had a threesome before. I haven't, no. I mean, one time when I was 15, this guy and his cousin,
Wait,
there was
what?
some things, but I was 15.
This guy and his cousin? His cousin? You kept it in the family, girl? I mean, wasn't that like just she was using both hands at once?
So we'll just like move on from that, but we're going to erase that from my memory. But since then, no. I assume people...
In a movie theater or something, both hands at once. This man and his cousin. Straight guys be doing that, though. Like, for real.
Blow everything out of proportion when it comes to you. Oh, yes. Absolutely everything is blown out of proportion. Yes. Anything bad. Anything that makes me look bad. Yes.
I get the feeling she's not going to address the situation. This was probably filmed like days ago.
You have a sweet tooth. Oh, yes. You've been doing a
How can she call it addressing everything? She has to know what's out there.
lot of reflecting lately. Yes, I am definitely a reflector. So I have...
Well, we're only halfway through.
I've been doing that and not going to change anytime soon. Her hernia never went away. No, but they said it's nothing for me to worry about right now. Again, I'm just suffering with things that actually a lot of people suffer with. Hernia is one of them. And it's not one of those things that needs to be fixed at the moment. So still there.
So she has like multiple health issues that are just kind of like the doctors have probably figured it would be more trouble for us to like operate, and that would be more risky or riskier than just letting it go. That doesn't mean like everything's perfect, everything's great, girl. That means you in trouble down the road.
Still chilling. Next assumption is you're quick to forgive people. Yes, I forgive and forgive and forgive. That's just...
They're like pushing the ball down the court because they're like, I don't want to do this. Like, you'll be fine for now. I'll let another doctor. Since this woman goes from doctor to doctor to doctor, I'll just let another doctor deal with it. True though. Facts.
It's just like what I've done in my life. And a lot of people always ask, like, Amberlynn, the reaction channels are like horrible towards you. Like, why do you try to message them and be friendly? Like, I remember, what was it? Zachary Michael was going through something like with his health, and I messaged him. I like related to him, and I was like, I know it feels like it's scary to have like health issues happen and like you don't know what's wrong, and I just know it's scary, and I felt empathy and I felt sympathy towards him for that, because
and then what happened?
I relate, and it's scary, and I could sense and see and feel in his video when he was talking about it, like he was worried. So the person that I am, like I felt compelled to message him. I never mentioned publicly that I did that. I don't mention publicly when I message anyone, any YouTuber. You wouldn't believe some of the YouTubers I have spoken to who have even messaged me first. But I don't sit here and be like, yeah, this person messaged me, I messaged this person, and we speak. Like, I don't do that, but reaction channels love to, like, when I
And yet here she is right
message
now.
them, oh, they say something. So
It comes out. Girl, well, of course it would, especially when you come in with some tea, girl. She's just full of compassion, guys. That's what it is. She's just so compassionate, so empathetic.
Zachary Michael mentioned that I messaged him that, and people came to me.
And yet, wasn't there another reaction channel dealing with a medical issue? And she was like, I can't find my sympathy bone, which, like, fair, but, like, don't try to play both sides.
Opinions are so back and forth. Like, there's, like, a chunk of people who are like, ew, Emily, that is so gross. Like, don't message him. Like, he wants nothing to do with you. Like, but then there's, like, another chunk of people who are like, why do you message him? Like, he has done wrong. Like, he has a whole channel just, like, making fun of you. Da-da-da. I just don't, after a while... someone doesn't even have to apologize to me. I'll accept an apology that wasn't even given. I'm not saying he needs to apologize to me. That's not what I'm trying to say, but I'm just trying to, like, give an example and show the gravity of, like, people can, like, say bad things about me all day long. And
I think he just posted a video, like, yesterday, girl.
for some reason,
I think she just wants to be his friend. Like, she's mad that he keeps rejecting her. She so desperately wants to be Zachary Michael's friend, IRL, but he just keeps rejecting.
I still have, like, this part of me that, like, cares and is always up for a forgiveness moment. Like, I don't know. That says more about me, really, that I just kind of let people walk all over me. I don't know. I've always had that, like, issue type thing where
She's always, like, up for no. What about, like, real life situations and, like, the way that she treated Beck? Where was the empathy then? Where was the empathy when she was going through all of that with her mother and she did nothing but humiliate her on YouTube? She did nothing but add more stress, even down the line, continuing to throw them under the bus any chance that she got. Like, where was the empathy for the people IRL? Even if at times they did you wrong, you're so quick to accept apologies, blah, 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 that aren't even given. Where was it for them? Where was it for Destiny? Weird. I mean, when it comes to somebody said something on the internet, that's really just not the same as a real life relationship. Like, this is very surface level. This is very, like, do I hate Amber? No, I don't have the time to sit here and hate her. Like, I don't have the time to stew IRL hating her. You know what I'm saying? Or Foodie Beauty even. Like, you can tell who hates Foodie Beauty IRL and who just, like, doesn't have the time for it and is just here to laugh.
where I don't want to, like, have things just, like, be negative and prolonged. Like, if I get in an argument with someone, like, say a friend or whatever it may be, a partner, a family member, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't like arguments that last forever. Like,
but hey, she took back Alexis even after all of that. So that's interesting. It's just something about Beck. I don't know what it is, what went on in that relationship, why Amber harbors so much resentment towards them, despite all the things that they went through together. But maybe it has to do more with Amber and just the way that she was at the time. She's almost kicking herself, who she was at the time, and Beck's just along for the ride. I don't know, because she was able to take Alexis back even after she had spilled all that tea in August, was it? They were going back and forth saying Alexis was spilling everything. She brought out the DMs, the receipts, you know, and she spilled everything that was going on, even her fights with Emily, which told us that this relationship is not sunshine and roses. So what is it about Beck? Bit odd, right? Bit odd.
Like, if an argument's arising, like, let's fix it right then and there. Like, let's fix it, say our apologies, and, like, move on. I'm very much that person. Like, I really am, like, I come in peace type of girly pop, and I know a lot of people don't want to view me as that person, but that's literally me. Twinkie is with Mama Lynn. No. Twinkie is without a doubt here, and a lot of people are like, how come you're not, like, vlogging
Didn't we hear her bark?
her? Because I'm not vlogging. Like, I'm literally not vlogging. All I'm showing is, like, me chilling. I haven't vlogged.
I don't think she's doing anything. Like, she is staying in the house all day while Tommy's doing 12-hour shifts. And then, of course, Tommy just wants to come home and go to sleep. I mean, maybe she wants to play under that stomach blanket, but then she's going to sleep.
I haven't vlogged anything. I haven't even vlogged, like, who knows? Maybe here down is actually missing, you know? So it's like,
oh my gosh, did anyone else read, like, The Housemaid, where he, like, traps the woman in the closet. Oh gosh. Why am I getting like housemaid vibes? Like, girl, are you allowed to leave that dining room? Like, we have not seen her out of that dining room, which would make sense because of Emily's proclivities, Emily's activities. She would keep her in the dining room. There's like a tarp on the floor. We have not seen her outside of that dining room in a long time. Alexis, come get your girl. It's going to come down to Alexis because Mama Lynn doesn't have time to drive all the way up there and back.
Like, just because you don't show something in a video doesn't mean it's not happening. Like, that's the thing that's like so, like, that's probably one of the most frustrating things about being a YouTuber, like easily top 5, is like, if people don't see my animals, or if they don't see me trying to work on my weight loss, or if they don't see me, I don't know, donating to like charities, it means those things aren't happening. That's not the case. But then what's really crazy is like people can assume the worst though. Y'all don't see me and my mom fighting with each other, but you guys are definitely assuming we are. So it's like, it'll always be like that. People will always assume the worst, and that's that. Like, that is literally the end of it. Next assumption is you don't want to lose weight.
I think Twinkie's fine. TBH. I mean, where would she go? I guess she's fine. I don't know. Where would she go? Tommy left the door open. Oh, no, that's messed up. Twinkie's my favorite side character.
Lose weight anymore. I definitely do, yes. I assume you're tired of YouTube and making videos. So this kind of goes into like what I was talking about in the beginning of this.
If she didn't have to do them anymore, she wouldn't, period, point blank. And I believe that in my heart of hearts.
Video, if you guys are even still here.
That's why she's not.
YouTube for me, I love pretty much everything about it. I love thinking of video ideas. I love vlogging. I love talking.
She hates the audience that she created. Okay.
I love sharing with you guys. I love talking to you guys. I've made friends with you guys. I see you guys in public and you guys are sweet and you guys are amazing. Like,
I actually met someone in Virginia. They were really nice. I've only met like 4 or 5 people.
Like, this is my,
which is a lot. I mean, seriously, that's crazy to me.
Job. This puts a roof over my head, and I'm so grateful, like beyond grateful for you guys, and it has changed my life for the better. But there's a big but. There is a heavy side of YouTube. Look at this tail. Look at this beautiful tail. There is a heavy side of YouTube.
Girl, it's heavy in that house with the housemaid going on.
That I don't want to
trapped in the dining room, funnel on the floor with a tarp and a mattress on top.
Be a part of. That's the side that I don't like. That's the side that I don't enjoy. That's the side that makes me.
But look, there's multiple people now that have gotten involved with Tommy, and only one of them got out the other side. Like, let's be for real here.
It makes me depressed. It makes me sad. I feel like
clearly it is safe to say that Tommy puts her blank gratification over the health of her partner. And that is, we know that. We know that.
I've been abused so much.
Is that not enough?
Online that I just don't even recognize who I am as a YouTuber anymore because it has completely shaped the way that I am. It has shaped me completely. I feel like I can't be fun. I can't be bubbly on here. I can't share super happy and exciting things on here anymore. Like,
remember there was that thing where something really good happened and she was going to share the best thing ever happened. She said that in the previous vlog and then she did not share it, at least in this one. Maybe we'll get it the next time. But here she goes. What exactly is she talking about? I'm assuming the whole Tommy situation, right? And how people have been pointing out the obvious red flags, but she wants to live in her delusion. She doesn't want people to say these things. She wants to be able to ride off into the sunset with Tommy. It all comes back to Tommy Emily. That's why she's not on YouTube. That's why she feels this way about like not wanting to face what people are saying because she doesn't even want to see it herself. Like when it comes to what this woman said on Jordy's live stream, well, in their text, whatever, she doesn't want to hear it, period. She doesn't want to hear it because she doesn't want to have to deal with it. She doesn't want to have to process it. She doesn't want to have to ask Tommy about it. She doesn't want it to ruin her relationship. But girl, like, this is happening. This happened. It's not phony baloney. I don't know what she wants. People to lie to her, people to just go along with it and act like they're so happy for her. Like, girl, you're in danger and you're the only one that doesn't see it. Like, what does she want from people? And then she comes on and complains about how poorly she's doing, while at the same time making no effort to change. And it's things that have been going on for years and years. How do you expect people to respond to it at this point?
Like, I can't do that because I feel like I can't show that side of me because it's like,
what does she want? Just people to give her ass pats? Like,
in the back of my brain, I'm constantly thinking about the bad parts of YouTube instead of just the good. I have thought of the good for so long and for so many years. And it's like,
well, then what does it matter what people have to say? If Tommy's really just so great IRL and we just don't know her, then what does it matter what people have to say? Is it because deep down you've seen signs? Is that what it is? And you don't want to hear anymore?
Now getting to the point where it's like the bad is outweighing the good big time. And I'm trying to figure out in private and in alone, what do I do to fix that? It's
just Tommy putting the bug in the ear. It's all Tommy. It's all Emily. See, you guys, it's hard. It's hard, but it's all Emily. She does not want her on YouTube. She doesn't want her seeing these things. She doesn't want people talking about her.
To do. And I can't figure it out because I'm only in control of myself. I'm not.
And Amber won't even show her anymore. Notice that? Like, she hasn't been on any of the videos since she first got there. And even then, we barely heard her voice.
I'm in control of everyone else. So no matter what I say and no matter what I do, there are thousands of people watching me that only view me as one thing, a villain, that only view me in one way, a narcissist.
No.
Only view this channel in one way, a drama way. I'm not a drama channel.
A villain, a narcissist. Girl, what about the people that are like, red flag city, get out of there, mayday, mayday? That doesn't sound like they're villainizing you. You might have met your match, girl, in terms of villains.
I am a human. I am a actual human with feelings. I go through things privately, and I also share some things publicly.
Stop, feelings.
Okay, you guys, so I know for a fact in editing, I probably just edited out the last 5 minutes. I started literally rambling, so we're gonna take a step back. What I'm trying to say is, like, I enjoy the good parts of YouTube just as anyone should. Like, anyone should enjoy and love the good parts of life. But if there's something or someone that is just like every day beating at you and belittling you and questioning and speculating and bullying and rumors and just like mean things, like whether it's nicknames or talking about your body or the way that you are, the way that you talk, your mental illness, your this and that, like every day, you're not going to want that in your life anymore. And I know a lot of people can be like, okay, quit and quit. I think Hungry Fat Chick and I, we kind of understand each other. Her job is also YouTube, but she does move.
I did notice she was posting like a lot of horrible emails that people were sending her. But the thing is, like, Hungry Fat Chick doesn't have the same history as Amberlynn Reed. She just doesn't. I really think that like Emily sat her down and was like telling her all of these things. And not in a genuine way, like not to protect her from the trolls or the people that call her names. No, it was because she wants this to end because she's being exposed on a big platform. We put all the, we might all be pretty small channels in the grand scheme of things, but put us all together and that's a pretty big platform, right? Emily's not having it because she has never had to deal with any consequences her whole life, it seems.
Mukbangs. So she decided to quit the mukbangs and move on to weight loss. And she was...
Yeah, I mean, in that regard, she is similar to ALR, but that was just like one instance. Y'all remember, like, what was that, 2023? Candy did weight loss for like 10 months, and then she wasn't making the money, she wasn't getting the views, so she just went back to eating. Yeah, it is what it is.
She was doing so good with her weight loss, but she was losing views, which means she was losing money, and she was very vocal about that. So she had to go back to the mukbangs, and that's not what she wanted to do. You could tell. Like, she felt
Was it really not what she wanted to do? Come on now.
Defeated. And there comes a time where anyone can choose a job. They do it, and that's what they're...
I don't think that Candy is like... Yeah, there have been some mukbangs where she's like, it doesn't seem like she even wants to be there eating the food, but most of the time, she seems happy to get that food.
Relying on. Like, they have to go to work. In the same way that hungry fat chick had to continue making those mukbangs to make a buck, to be able to pay for the roof over her head and to take care of herself, I also have to do the same. Like, I need to continue making YouTube videos. I don't want to give up. I don't want to walk away. Like, YouTube has been a constant for me for 11 years, but sometimes I need a break, and sometimes that break is long.
Where's the Christmas money, girl? She's not going to make any Christmas money. Mama Lynn's getting a Five Below gift this year, and she was excited for that Christmas gift.
And people start questioning, well, that means you don't care about us. That's not true. That means I just care about myself too. I also get the assumption of like, what are you going to do? You have no money.
And all of her focus is on the negativity, and she doesn't really put any focus on the positivity. So if you are actually a real famber, like, are there any out there? I don't know. After all this, girl, those people feel completely isolated and neglected. The Yam Babies, the most neglected fandom.
No money. How are you making money? I pay my bills.
They never get any attention.
That's ultimately up to me, but just know that I'm very responsible. If I have a bill, that is paid on time. Sometimes even earlier. You guys don't have to
I pay my bills. My bills are paid.
worry about that, but like,
girl, we'll see how long it lasts. She can't keep going like this for an extended period of time.
When I need,
yeah, she's good for a few months not posting, but eventually she's gonna have to start posting more often, unless Tommy just takes care of everything, whispers in her ear, girl.
I need a break from YouTube. That really means that I need a break from YouTube because I love making videos. Maybe I am a narcissist. Maybe I do love to hear myself talk. Regardless, I love doing it. And I love being there for so many of you. So when I'm not around, just know that there's a reason. And the reason 9 times out of 10, YouTube is affecting my mental health.
Is Emily's in the ear. Emily is affecting my mental health. There you go. Emily is affecting my mental health. Not YouTube, Emily.
I don't like to admit it out loud because I take pride. I take pride in my channel. I know a lot of people probably don't realize that, but I do. I have over 200,000 subscribers. Like, I can't believe it. I am able to live because of this channel.
It just doesn't make sense that it would be anything else because look at the past. I mean, things were worse. 2019, for example, if you want to talk about like the trolling, the lying, like she reveled in it and she loved it. She loved all that negative attention she was getting in 2019, right? She reveled in it. She participated in it. She encouraged it. But what's different, Emily?
And to me, that is awesome. Like, regardless of how it happened, and I know there's so...
And notice how she doesn't even, like, address that at all. Like, it's about people coming for her. Like, she almost takes the attacks on... I don't know if I would even call them attacks. She even takes the reports on Emily Tommy as hate towards her. Like...
So many people rooting for me right now. Like, it makes me emotional. And I appreciate it. But there's a heavy side of this channel that gets to me. A lot of people are like, Tommy's making her unhappy. No. She's doing the opposite. She's making me happy. It's YouTube that's making me unhappy. So I'm needing to figure it out. Sorry, I'm gonna stop rambling about that. I hope that lands in the right people's hearts.
What does she do all day? That's what's making her unhappy as well. The fact that she sits around that big house, don't do anything all day. Tommy's doing a double at the nurse, in her nurse position, blah, blah, blah. Tommy's working for 12 hours. She just wants to go to sleep when she gets back. Like, what is Amber doing with her time? It doesn't seem like a good use of it. That's for sure. She can always do videos like surface level vlogs, but you know what? She probably doesn't really do anything. And it's probably weird. Like, she was doing vlogs from her apartment, right? Without going anywhere and making videos, but she's in somebody else's home. So how do you approach that? How do you know, like, oh, Emily... Or there could be something in the background that she doesn't want people to see, but she doesn't think about it because it's not her home. It would feel uncomfortable to do daily vlogs in somebody else's home, even if they're not there, depending on the situation. So I wonder if that's part of it, but also doesn't seem like she does much of anything.
I know that not everyone listening to me right now cares about me. They like to act like they do, but they don't. All right, we need to do a hard stop on that conversation. I literally feel like that could be a whole separate video. But it also brings me to my next assumption where it was you're still really depressed. No, I'm finally getting out of it. So yay. You have had COVID before. I have not.
So the depression era is done. But it seems worse. Oh my gosh, that scared me.
Knock on some wood, please. So the next one is you have to...
Oh, I hate knocking. Someone knocked on my door the other day with a clipboard. I was like, I thought this was over. Like, we got all those door knocks because of the election. I didn't open the door once. I don't need to talk to you. Like, I'm going to vote. Don't worry about me. but I thought that was over. And then yesterday, somebody knocks with a clipboard. Go away, please.
have to sit in 2 chairs. So this one's funny because it's, again, another rumor because you guys saw me
Is that
sitting
2
here and then you saw this chair.
Like,
I'm sitting at a dining room table. So I was like sitting like this, I think.
I was thinking about that, but I didn't say anything. Like, there's another chair right there. Is she sitting on 2 chairs?
And you guys were like, she's sitting on 2 chairs. Literally, no. I'm not going to move at all. Show you guys. This is just a separate chair. It just happens to be sitting right next to me. See, I'm on 1 chair. I'm currently sitting on a blanket because these chairs are hard on my booty. I need to get a cushion or something. But literally, no. It's just because it's a dining room table, so there's 2 chairs. Anyways, this video is long enough.
1 chair,
literally, it's almost 40 minutes, so I'm going to have to edit out like a lot. So I hope that you guys did enjoy this video though, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.
Wow, you guys. So there you have it. She did not, in fact, address everything because she did not speak about what is even going on right now in regards to the whistleblower coming forward and this whole situation, the continuation of Emily, Tommy, and the red flags that continue to mount. But I stand by my belief. I think that Tommy is the reason, Emily is the reason for this break from YouTube. It's the reason that she doesn't want to post. And I think that it also has to do with Emily putting that bug in the ear. Emily doesn't want her to post anymore. Emily doesn't want her on YouTube anymore. And she will tell her anything like, I'll take care of you, blah, 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 if it means she can get her away. But notice Emily's never there when she is filming these videos. Maybe they're secretly a cry for help. I don't know. Let's look for Easter eggs next time. But that's going to be it for today's video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and I will, of course, catch you guys in the next one. All right. Bye, everyone.